Nico, let's just start with the response from the team as a whole. I mean, you guys were so disappointed yesterday to come out the way that you personally did, and just everybody here engaged, start to finish.
Yeah, I think obviously we were disappointed. Winnipeg, yeah, got to us pretty good. So I think we wanted to change that, and we definitely wanted to have a better start, and that's what we focused on. And we had a plan from the get going, and we just executed.
Did you have a feeling that Bratter was going to shoot that off of his pads? Was that sort of like a set?
Um, no, I don't know. I love that Brad shoots it. I love it, but I somehow thought like he'll find me, and he did. Just another way. So I think I love Brad shooting it. He has an awesome shot, and yeah, it's a smart shot. It goes in or not. If not, then it bounces over to me, and it worked out perfect.
On the receiving of that end of that a couple times too, off the glass. I mean, the puck was just finding you tonight, and you were finding the back of the net.
Yeah, that's how it goes sometimes. I think sometimes, like you said, the puck bounces right in front of you. Sometimes you can do as much as you want and it doesn't go in. So I'm glad that tonight it worked out and was able to help the team that way.
What can you say about Marky's battle, his engagement from start? And we talk about him so much, but really he had that extra fire. It looked like, particularly in that second period.
Yeah, no, I mean, can't say good enough things about Mark. I think what he brought to this team, even leadership, even helping me. He's been around so long, and you just see him coming to training camp and having this fire to want to be a great goalie and help this team move forward. And he's done an unbelievable job. And obviously, injury is never fun, and he battled back. Just during the injury, you could see like he wanted to play. He was in the gym. He was working his ass off every day to come back as quick as possible. And just good to see him back in the net, feeling comfortable again. And we obviously want to play for him too. And it's great to have a goalie like him.
And what about handling the emotions, the swing of this game? I mean, there was a lot of physical engagement. You saw Kovacevic really get involved there. How big of a piece of this game was that to your success as a team?
Huge. I mean, Kovacevic standing up there for our guy, that's big for our team. I mean, Foligno's a big boy, and Kovacevic sent a message there, and I think that's for our group. That's important. We stood our ground, and we didn't fold, and it was a high intense game out there, and came up with an earned win. I feel like.
And how important is that moment of like standing that ground and feeling that as a group?
Really important. Bad teams break, and good teams they battle through it, and I think we did that tonight. And I think everybody on the bench, even maybe on the stands, were able to feel it. So I think we put this effort in every night. We were really good too.
Thanks, Nico. Kovacevic, all around, this was a great game from start to finish. We look at the start yesterday versus today. I mean, it was so different. What is the overall feeling after the way you guys played the 60 minutes?
Yeah, I feel great. Obviously, it's a huge win for us in the standings, but a huge kind of morale and emotional win. I think everyone bought in, everyone really dug in, and came together. And that's something that's hard to put into words, but you can really feel it in the dressing room.
What about sort of the handling of the emotions? Obviously, you and Foligno engaged there, but something Nico just said is, we stood our ground, we're not going to be pushed around, and that was big for us. Like, doesn't matter on the outside for us. How do you sort of gauge that?
Yeah, absolutely. I think it's, it's a message to each other that we got each other's backs and that everyone in this room is going to pull, on the same rope and stand up for each other. And, that's the kind of brotherhood that, we're building here. And when you do that and get the win, it's really, no better feeling.
What's it like having a goaltender like Marky, who, if you really look at that second period, I mean, when they got close to his net, those wires almost crossed, and you don't want Marky's wires to cross. I mean, what is it like having a goaltender with that passion?
Yeah, he's an emotional leader for us, and he's definitely a leader for us, and the way he approaches his game, he's such a pro, but has so much passion, energy, emotion, and we all feed off that. And he kind of came in and told us, he's like, hey, just so you guys know, you don't have to take a penalty if I do something. He's like, but let's get the boys' goal. So he's He's awesome. I can't say enough good things about Marky.
The netminder from tonight, Jacob Markstrom. Now, first of all, Jacob, excellent win from your group from start to finish, continuing to build that momentum all the way to the final buzzer. A big key win for you as well. You had the win in Chicago, but how much more did this one mean for you? How did you feel like you really settled into this game?
No, I like you said, it was a big win for us, and after last night's game, we really needed. We talked about before this road trip. We need 2 wins on this road trip, and we got it. And today was a battle, and today was a lot more playoff-like hockey and a lot more emotions. And that's it's awesome to see the guys stand up for each other and thrive through it and play physical. So this was a good test for us, and they're gonna come back ready for next game. So we gotta answer the bell and get right back to work.
When Sheldon Keefe talks about you as a goaltender, he says you're a feeler goaltender, how you need to feel the game, get the reps to start to settle in. You were very engaging in this game, protecting your space in the crease and standing up for your teammates as well. How big are these moments to really help you get engaged and continue to settle in?
No, I see myself as a technical goalie, so I don't know. Okay, I got to talk to Rogi about this, but no, I mean it's you need a good mix, and today it was a lot of emotions and from everyone, and I think it's everybody bounced back from last night. I thought the result, we didn't get the result last night, and we got punished for a few mistakes, and today we were really hungry, and it showed from the puck drop.
Well, Marky, just what I saw from you was you were fighting for the team, right? Literally, I seen you come out of the crease a couple times. You look right here. You were engaging, and anytime I played in front of a goaltender that did that, he's helped galvanize everybody. So just kind of speak, just the fight that you literally had, not just stopping pucks, but to show that you want to be part of, helping this team turn things around and have a consistent feeling moving forward.
Yeah, I think it's I think the guys were fired up, and they got me fired up, and maybe a little too much, but it's just good. I talked to them too, like don't take a penalty, don't do anything stupid. I won't, but it's just nice to be involved, and as a goalie you don't get involved that much. You usually just stand there and try to see the guys battle in front of me. So it was just nice to get involved, but main focus is stop the puck.
Yeah, well, you're looking at your collarbone there. Dano and I were talking. Took a couple of heaters off there, but you'll put some ice on that. And again, just a fabulous game for you. Congratulations, and get ready for them in game 2.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you, guys. Thanks for having me.
Thanks, Jacob.
Thank you.
To Mercedes-Benz Devils post-game show. Joining us now is head coach Sheldon Keefe. First of all, Sheldon, congratulations on a fun and an exciting win here in St. Paul, especially a good response from your group after last night in Winnipeg. What did you like most about your group being able to build as the periods rolled on here against a team that is also very desperate in their own playoff race?
Yeah, you know what? I don't know if we built as much as to me, we were a real determined group from the start. It was very evident. Everybody's first shift today just sounded a little different at ice level, felt a little different. Guys were digging in just a little more. So I really just thought it was a determined effort. To me, it was one of those nights where you're not going to be denied, and there's no panic in the group in that third period. As much as I thought we just stayed with our game, obviously we were able to build a lead at a critical time, stayed on the attack. A lot of things to love about our game tonight.
Well, Sheldon, first off, congratulations on the win. And you just talk about it. There's so many good things you can talk about, and I just really want to hear your perspective on just the response you saw from the compete, the fight, the energy, because that was a playoff atmosphere, especially in the second period, but everyone rose to the occasion, and we were joking with Marky, even he had to fight for his team in this game.
Yeah, you're 100% right. It felt like a playoff game out there. I mean, the fans were into it. It was loud, emotional. I thought both teams played incredibly hard. So there's no free ice out there. And again, I thought our guys just really worked and were very determined. Obviously, we got a hold of the game early on, which was a great benefit to us. But I just liked a lot of things about our game. I mean, from the effort from our captain here today, Kovacevic stepping up and taking on a tough customer on their side. like just go down the list. The Dowling line, they come out, to ice the game, both after the power play 4-2 goal, give us a huge shift, and then followed up with another big one to just bury them and get the 5th goal, like all the way through. Luke comes into the lineup today. I thought he was tremendous. Markey battled, as you said. It's just an endless list today, and that's what you love to see as a coach. It's what we needed. That's what's required. You're on the road. You get in here real late. You're on a back-to-back. Yeah, you don't love your game last night. Third game in 4 nights, and our guys dug real deep, and that's exactly what we needed. I was proud of the group.
You mentioned it a little bit there before, and we've talked about it over the year, how Markey has become part of like this emotional leader, particularly there in that second period. What did you see out of him that maybe, drags everybody into everything?
Yeah, he's, again, I said it was just a determined and competitive effort from our group, and Markey's no different. He competes from the goaltending position, and it's very obvious. He's fighting to find pucks. He's fighting to stand tall or hold his ground at the goal line. This is a team not easy to play against. You said the 2 goals they scored, they're tips, there's traffic, there's a lot of big bodies around there. He was the backbone for the group, and like I said, I go down the list today. I thought, we had good efforts all the way through. I even thought, Foot and Sprong coming in as well gave us some good shifts and good minutes, and I moved things around a little bit, so it's harder to get them out there at different times, but I liked what they brought to the game.
You talked about, Covey having a tough customer there in Foligno, but one of the things that Nico said is we all stood our ground in those types of moments, handling that. And it wasn't about proving it to anyone else but themselves, right? That they could bend, not break. What did you sort of take from that?
Yeah, that's what I'm seeing. That's what I'm talking about. We had talked about this morning when we met as a team, and in reference to yesterday's game, was just, to me, like, we made some mistakes in that game last night, but our effort level, competitiveness, our determination to make up for our mistakes, to not compound it, and to the point that they're basically shooting in empty nets and tapping goals in on us. You need second, third efforts to clean that stuff up. The mistakes are going to happen, and mistakes happen tonight, but our determination to clean them up was tremendous. There's no better example than the start of the game. We give up a little bit of a rush at the start of the game again, but we work incredibly hard to come back. You watched it back, Bradder's efforts all the way back. Luke kills the play, and then we get them in transition the other way to go up 1-0. That, to me, sent a loud message to our group about what we were going to be about tonight.
Sheldon, it seemed like a night where the perfect didn't get in the way of the good, like shots from anywhere, not trying to force things to maybe create a better shot, creating rebounds, things like that. Was that a concerted focal point coming in to kind of play this simple, direct game?
Yeah, we're trying to increase our pace offensively, no question. I mean, that was in addition to what I just talked about with our determination level to clean up some defensive miscues. We talked about upping our offensive pace and showed some examples from yesterday's game where just not enough urgency to get either pucks or people towards the net. And we wanted to get 10-plus shots or 30-plus in the game. I'm not sure if we got quite there, or if we did, but that's what we talked about is doing that. And again, I thought we had 11 shots, I think, around the 10-minute mark of the first period. That's indicative of how committed the guys were to the plan.
Sheldon, one more question for you, just particularly about the third period. You had a 1-goal lead going into it, and the focal point for your group is being able to close out these games when they are so tight. You had a couple of those unorthodox third periods in the past. You did well in Chicago, but how important was a game like this where you pushed back and didn't stick to back in your defensive zone and playing confident for the final 20?
You know what? I thought it was great. We talked as a team. I think I've mentioned to you guys. I mean, we haven't liked how we've handled our third periods here of late. It hasn't been an issue for us most of the season, but it has been of late. However, we have liked how we've played to get ourselves in that position to be able to protect the lead and work and to try to find solution to do that. And again today, we put ourselves in a position to do it. And I loved how there's no panic, the fight, the determination of the group, not going to be denied. Get a huge 3-1 goal. They come back, make it 3-2. No panic, stay with it, earn a power play, do the job, and then follow it up again right after that. So again, just one of those determined efforts, you know, where the guys were full marks, deserved everything that they got. So love to see it. Got to, you know, bottle up what we can here and take it home with us and do it again here against the same team.